Why? Why is an interesting question. It seems to be the question we ask the most in life, isn't it? We think it's the most relevant question. And yet, I think at times it's completely irrelevant. Why am I alive? We look for the deepest meaning of that question. Here's the best I've come up with. I'm alive to remember that I am love and to express love in everything I do. That's what I've discovered that my meaning and purpose in life is. To experience and to express as much life as I can through the eyes of love. The eyes of love see life in balance. It is the awareness and acceptance of our wholeness. It's the awareness and acceptance of the wholeness of others in our lives. It's the awareness and acceptance of wholeness of life itself. And yet we often wonder, why did that happen to me? Here's a simple answer. So you can return to love. Why did he do that to me? Or she do that to me? So I could return to love. You see, nothing happens to us that gives us an experience other than the one we choose. What happens is just an event. The meaning we attach to it, is what gives us the experience. So we are always, always responsible for the meaning we give to anything. Let's assume that someone was in your life and you had a relationship with them and they left for whatever the reason, it doesn't matter. I look at that as an opportunity to love, to see the balance that that relationship had, and to know that that relationship served me to be the most loving. And now it was no longer serving me, so I left it. It left me so I could return to love. Life is always, always, always about experiencing a greater life, a greater awareness, a greater consciousness. So to think that life will not provide you with challenges, it's fruitless. Absolutely fruitless. Challenges will be there. Here's a question. How are you going to deal with them? That's a great question. When something comes up, how am I going to deal with it? How am I going to find love in this situation? How am I going to be love in this situation? How am I going to express love in this situation? When you get that and you realize you may be in the midst of a gathering, and maybe you make a mistake in something you say, can you love yourself enough to just accept that you did it and just move on? Do you get that? Just move on. Sandy just said, I give love so freely, but at times too much to others and not enough to myself. Here's going to be a little push. You're only giving love as much to others as you give yourself, because you can't give more than you give yourself. We play the game that we give to others more than we give ourselves. That's not true. Sometimes when we give to others and we think we're giving to them, we've got conditions attached to them. You know why? Because we've got conditions attached to the love we receive. This is one of the things I know more than anything in all my life. This keeps coming back to me. I cannot give more to someone outside of me than I give to myself. So if I desire to give more love to someone, I realize I must go within and love myself more. I must become aware and accept myself in all of my uniqueness, in all of my glory, in all of my faux pas, in all of Lee. Love is the way. And to think you're always going to be love in every situation, don't think that. Why? Just because it's the way it is. Don't have to ask much more than that. Life is about giving us contrast, because without contrast, there's no experience. Yeah, Anita writes, expressing love can sometimes be challenging when you are dealing with a person that makes it difficult to freely be towards them. I just look at it this way and say, how's that challenge asking me to be more in love? And is that person the right person to have in my life? It may be, may not be. You may have outgrown them. You may not need that grief anymore, but that grief is there to get you to choose love. And then you work through it from a place of love. And that becomes good work. I want to take a moment and just thank you for showing up, being here with me, listening. If you like this stuff, share it. I love it. If you want to know what's going on at Agape, go to agapespiritualcenter.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Find out what we're doing online. It's more than just the meditations in the morning and more than just these talks. There's so much more. This Saturday, we're going to do a special healing on Zoom on 9 a.m. If you would like to be a healee, send me an email, rev.leewallach@gmail.com. Love to have you be a healee. Why not receive love? And if you're not wanting to receive love, join so you can give love. You see, everybody benefits when we heal. First, we heal ourselves, then we heal others, and together we heal the world. With that, my beautiful ones, it's your day. Make it a great one. Make it one filled with